Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. So, when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, to be honored by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. And when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray, standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. When you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father, who is unseen. And your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you.
In today's world, we are encouraged to constantly display our achievements, successes, and even acts of kindness. Meanwhile, in our spiritual life, Jesus calls us to the opposite: discretion, humility, and a true, vanity-free fidelity to ideals. In the context of Lent, let us recall the words from the Gospel according to Matthew, which urge us to reconsider our motivations. In our daily actions, especially those aimed at helping others, it is easy to fall into the trap of doing something for applause. Packing a box for the poor and click a photo on Facebook. Going to Kenya to distribute Bibles and whoosh, an Instagram story. Jesus reminds us that true goodness does not need applause. When helping others, are we doing it from a need of the heart or in hope of recognition? It is worth asking ourselves whether our left hand truly does not know what the right is doing. Are our good deeds so discreet that we cannot even find them on our social media profiles? Prayer as an intimate dialogue with God often also becomes a public display of piety. The reminder that when you pray, go into your room is an encouragement to build a personal, deep relationship with God, free from external influences and opinions. In this way, our prayer becomes an authentic search for God, not a quest to gain the label of devout in the eyes of others. Lent is often seen as a time of renunciation and penance. However, Jesus warns us against a somber appearance as a sign of our fasting for applause. True fasting is an expression of our inner turning to God, our striving for purification and transformation, not a way to gain admiration or recognition. In a time when the world still encourages us to be in the spotlight, Lent reminds us of the value of discretion, humility, and authenticity in our spiritual life. Let this time be an opportunity to reflect on our true motivations and find the depth of faith that does not need external confirmation. Remember, your Father, who is hidden, reserves the right to reward personally. Let us conclude with a prayer for the strength that our actions, prayers, and fasting may reflect our deep faith, not an attempt to gain human approval or tick off a ritual. May this Lent be a time of genuine spiritual refreshment and renewal. Amen.